is over 35 years, Adrienne has been in promotional product business and has spent over 20 years in nonprofit fundraising. Strategic and focused, Adrienne offers free marketing ideas that work in today's business climate. Making sure your organization stands out is critical for increased sales, retaining and motivating employees, and communicating your message. That's why today Men of Purpose is happy to have this marketing expert with us from Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, United States of America, Adrienne Barker. Welcome.
Hello, thank you, thank you. Wait, do I say R. Irvin or is it Irvin?
Irvin.
What's he
Irvin
stand
is
for?
yes, Irvin.
Oh,
So how
Irvin,
are you?
I'm good. How are you? Anyone would feel good looking at you.
I'm so happy that you could have been able to accommodate us today. I know that you have your own show and stuff. We'll get into that in a bit. But how is Florida today?
Oh, warm. It's just it was muggy today, but it is beautiful. We have the beach, and I'm about 10 minutes from the beach. I am 3 miles from NASCAR. So if you like the racing cars, we're that. But we drive on the beach.
Yeah.
So you actually you go on the beach in your car, you can park, and you can park, and then you can walk out to the ocean. And that's what makes us very unique. So we are the world's most unusual beach because we drive on the beach.
Trying to figure that out. How does that work?
It's crazy. And well, this was years ago. So the sand is very packed. And years ago, they would start the races and they would race on the beach. And so the beach is something that's why people come from all over. Because if you've got a big family and you've got coolers and all of that, you don't have to walk. You literally can park, put everything up, go on the beach. It's crazy. So it could be dangerous if you have children. So if you have any children under the age of 6, you got to really keep an eye on a child because they can run out. The cars go about, I think it's like 5 miles an hour. So you got to go slow. You have to have your window down. You can't be on the phone. You can't have your radio on, and you have to pay attention. But other than that, it's really cool. It really is.
Sounds exhilarating. Have you been doing a lot of driving on the beach lately?
No, but I really need to. I really am missing the beach. So I haven't been to the beach for about a month. So I've been working night times for the United States Census, and we count people. So that has taken up my time. So it's almost over, and then I definitely want to start spending my weekends. So it's 10 minutes away. It's not far. It's easy to go to. We have it's lovely. Daytona Beach is nice. There's Ormond Beach, New Smyrna Beach. I could go to St. Augustine driving up the beach. So the beach is on like my right, and you just literally just follow the beach all the way up. That's beautiful. So yeah, it's fun. What about you? What do you do in Trinidad? How far are you from the beach?
Right now, the weather is very warm in Trinidad. It's actually very hot, so it's similar to Florida.
So it is similar to Florida. How far are you from the beach?
I'm actually okay. I'm in between two beaches. So one beach is about 3 miles away, and the other beach is about 3 miles. So yes, about the probably same distance like you.
Nice, very, very nice.
I don't know if it's as nice as your beach, but it's all right.
Well, we get cold in the winter, so we're not like warm all year round. So really, you don't want to go in the ocean till about June, unless you're coming from the northern. And then of course, if you're cold blooded, then you're fine. But for me, I need the temperature to be exactly 84.5, and then I will go in the water. If it's any colder, I'm not going in the water. And it gets cold. I bet you it's cold now.
Okay, well, we don't have that problem in Trinidad. We only have hot sun and rain. That's what we have. We have two seasons, rainy season and the sunny season. So other than that, the beach is never cold. We don't have that problem. We don't have
Yeah,
that
I
problem.
know. Don't brag. Don't brag. I'm jealous.
Because so enough about Trinidad. Enough. Have you ever been to Trinidad?
No, I would love to.
Okay, definitely. Well, you now have a friend in Trinidad. Okay, you
Thank
have
you.
a friend in Trinidad, and
Beautiful.
and it's a lovely place. You would like it,
Okay,
definitely.
good.
I know there's a lot of Trinidadians in Florida, in Miami. Um,
Yes.
so hopefully to be there soon.
Some delicious restaurants. Hold on for a second. Alan, you're making a lot of noise. I got to yell at my husband. Keep it down, honey. So, yes, a lot of delicious Trinidad restaurants in South Florida, not where
Yes.
I am.
Tell
So I'm
me,
all
tell
ears.
me about, tell me about you. Who is Adrienne Bath?
So I am 58 years young, and
Wow.
I have a very loud husband who does not know how to be quiet when I'm on the talking to someone. So I have a beautiful daughter. Come here, Lana. So I have four children. I have a 36-year-old. Oh, Al, I'm actually doing this. You're being rude. I have a 36-year-old son, Alex. I have a 31-year-old son, Sam, who lives in Shanghai full time. I have a 25-year-old Rudy in Tucson, and I have a 14-year-old daughter named Alana. And I have a 14-year-old dog named Pickles, who's blind and can't see anything, and he likes to poop everywhere, and he wears a diaper.
Oh,
And I sell promotional products, which I like. So logo merchandise, that's fun. I also I also like to volunteer my time. So I'm chairwoman of Healthy Souls International, which is a nonprofit, a disaster relief nonprofit. So we are right now helping to bring groceries to the front door, clean and sanitize our most vulnerable in our community, which are those that are over 65 that cannot leave the house due to COVID-19. So I love that. I love nonprofit. We also have in the United States SCORE. And SCORE, we do mentoring for businesses. So we are certified mentors. And I love that. So I'm a certified mentor and also the vice president of SCORE. I love that. And I hold my show, Candid Conversations. And I'm involved in the chamber. I'm doing 2 leadership classes right now. So I love that too. So that takes up 2 days. And I'm just active in the community.
you seem as a jovial, very fun, easygoing person. You've been in creative branding and marketing, nonprofit. How do you balance your time, business, nonprofit, and the service industry?
I know. I really wish that I had more energy. Like that's the one thing I feel that if I could get like I read people that get up in the early morning and they're doing the work and I need my sleep. So it's hard for me because I really I really need to sleep. I'm not the energizing
But
buzzing.
you look
I do get
you look
tired.
so much full of energy.
And I know. And energetic people keep going and going and going. So that's good. I do find balance. I think I find balance in my own head. And I just love people. And I love learning about people. And I love hearing stories. I really would like to just interview everyone in the world if I could. That would be the best gift. If I had $1,000,000, I would just go out there on the streets and interview everyone, because that's the best thing. Everyone has a story. People are so beautiful, like you. You are a very beautiful man. And I see the beauty in everyone. And I think that's really important. But it's not so easy living here in the United States. We have a lot of, our political season is very heated, and that can wear you down. And of course, COVID can wear you down, and just other people's stresses can wear you down. So I just try to say gratitude and really practice being thankful and giving as much as I can.
You mentioned COVID. Has COVID affected your business in any way?
Crazy, yes, it really has. So we sell the branded PPE, like the masks. So we sell branded items, but I'm struggling, and I normally don't struggle in sales, and I'm having a tough time selling. I don't know what it is, and maybe it's me. I get it that maybe I'm not picking up the phone, and maybe I'm not reaching out, but it's such a tough time right now, and I'm in a new area too, so this is already like a new community for me. So I'm just making connections. I think at first when you sell, you really got to make the connection and the friendship, and then you can start selling. So at least some people know me. So I'm doing my own marketing, all of my own marketing, and doing something like this shows, and just sharing my story, because I also wrote a book. Oh, I don't know if you know that I wrote a book.
Tell
And
us about. Tell us about it.
so I grew up. I so I grew up. My parents were wonderful, and they had their own business. So they started in the logo merchandise business, and everything was great. I never had a coach. I never had someone to really help me, and I had a brother. Actually, both of them weren't really wonderful to me, and they would start at one point. They started saying to me, nobody likes you. Nobody wants to work with you. Nobody respects you, Adrienne. And it's always the core of every conversation. Or I would hear this: you, Adrienne, you love putting people down so that because it makes you feel better about yourself. And I don't, and I was like, that doesn't even sound like me. But you can't
Mhm.
argue if someone says, Urban, no one respects you. What do you say? Like,
That's gonna hurt. Yeah.
it hurt. And I couldn't say, yes, they do, because that sounded lame. I couldn't ask someone, hey, Irvin, do you respect me? Because that was just weird. So it was a constant flow. And I finally just couldn't take it anymore. And then my parents passed away. My mom passed away first. My dad passed away. My older brother became the executor of the estate. And even though I had been away for a couple of years, all of a sudden, guess what started up again? Nobody liked me. Nobody wants to work with me. And I was like, okay, I need to stop this, and I need to stop it fast. And so I wrote a book. I figured I might as well call them out, speak up, speak out, tell them in the book, and let other people know this is my story of growing up in a family business. Now they hear me say this and they're like, you're smashing us, and you're bashing us on social media, but I'm not. I'm telling my story. And whether they don't, I mean, obviously I have so many friends and my own family that were witness to all of this, and they know it's true. So they can't come out and say she's not telling the truth. As a matter of fact, they would never do that because it totally is the truth. It's just it's been really an interesting time, because you know what I needed? I needed a coach. I needed someone to really help me when I was in my 30s and 40s. And that would have made a big difference. I would have been able to stand up and speak up for myself back then. And I
Mhm.
think what I am guilty, because I allowed them to do it once, twice, 10 times, 50 times, and then it just was every conversation was how they felt they could say it. Because I never argued about it. I just let them say it. But it didn't hurt who I was. I know that I'm very likable and that people do like me and I'm comfortable of who I am. But right now, you know what? I'm speaking up because I'm sure there's other people that are dealing with this kind of nonsense with their siblings in a family business.
Head down, shut up. Growing up in the family business. It's available on Kindle and it's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's a small little book. It's not even enough pages to print, but it was enough to share my story to say no more. And now I'll have to add to it. I have a couple of more stories to add, but we're still working on the estate. My brother he's a horrible communicator. Years ago, I used to say to my brother, "You don't know how to communicate. Communication is the most important thing in the business." And you know what he told me? No, it's not. I'm wrong. Communication is not the most important thing in the business. And he would tell me things I really believed. Like I didn't have Google back then. I really believed a lot of what my brother said. And when Google came out and we had the internet and we could search things, I realized, oh my gosh, my brother was telling me things for years they were all his opinions. I got a load of opinions and pretty much zero facts growing up from my brother. Opinions on how he thought everything, how he thought a lawyer, and whatever his opinion was, he shared it. But he never really shared like facts. So when you're younger and you're growing up and you're looking for like information, you kind of hope that someone's sharing some facts with you and not just all their opinions.
I'm looking at Amazon here and I'm seeing head down, shut up, growing up in the family business. But I'm also seeing another book. Is that also you or is that somebody else?
No, it's probably someone else. You know how Amazon does, they pick up someone else's book that's similar.
How has been the review for your book, for this Kindle edition?
I've had a few reviews on the book because I've had people that grew up and knew me and didn't realize I was going through it. And so they were proud that I actually, spoke up.
How did it make you feel to express your feelings here, writing it down? Did it make you feel better about yourself?
It really did. It really did. It got me to, and I've had so many conversations about it too. So like talking to you now, it's like free therapy. So thank you. Send me the bill because honestly, it really does help talking about it. Because I don't blame them so much. I used to say to them, Irvin, I would say this. When you think about this, how can it make you feel good saying something like that to someone? Every time they said nobody likes you, I would think that's an awful thing to say. Like how does that even come out of their mouth? So sometimes when they're telling me that, I didn't really care what they were saying. I was just like, who talks that way? Who speaks that way to another human being? I could never imagine telling someone no one likes you, but yet they would do it with such like revere, like it was like a great for them. They would love it. And they just did it back in November. The only reason why they stopped is I wrote the book. So the reality is my other brother called me the other day, like maybe a couple of months ago, and he said he even used that. We've got the most money. We can hire the most attorneys. Our whole entire staff hates you, Adrienne. And we've got this over you, like all of a sudden, because they have more money than me and all of that. They do. They have more money than me because you know what? I'm okay not having money. I don't want to work in a business where they never even listened to me. My brother wouldn't even let me speak at different events. He was not the kind of brother that would say, let's have Adrienne grow. Do you know what a servant leadership is? A servant leader?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I am innately a servant leader. It is how I see the world. It is how I see people. I want the employees to be in the best position. My brother is the opposite of a servant leader. He is not a servant leader. So in his mind, he never once did anything to really help me grow as a sister, as an employee in the business. There was nothing that he gave to me to help me be successful. Zero. All he gave me were put downs and put offs and unkind words. And that's all I got. And now he's older, and that's exactly what I still get. And you know what? It's not who I am. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'd rather live in my 1,000 square foot small little place here than be a not nice person.
You are expressing your feelings through your book, and what do you think would be the outcome after this whole experience?
I don't think I'll be making up with my brothers because they don't have that part. They're so angry with who I am, and there were some other things that were taking place that I really can't discuss. But at the end of it, I myself just want to feel better that I told the story. Maybe I can let other people know what it's like to grow up this way, and that verbal abuse still causes scars. I still have a hard time with a lot. They always made fun of my weight, always made fun of my weight. And that still is in my ear. I have a hard time when I look at myself. I'm always seeing, like, from their eyes, calling me fat all the time. Even when I wasn't, they always did. It was always a joke. I was always a butt of their joke. And it wasn't funny. So I just want to make sure that I'm okay and that I can help other people. That's really it. I mean, at the end of it all, I just want to, now that we have to be in business together because of my parents' estate, but I'd be happy if they, bought me out so I never have to see them again. To be honest with you, the children are beautiful and they're a lovely family, and that's sad to me. I hate that I lost my nieces and nephews, and I don't even know what my brother told them. But I will tell you what, his moral compass is skewed. He's not an honest person. So I'm sure he's never really told them the truth. He's probably, make himself sound so great. He's not someone. I used to say to him when I was younger, I didn't even know what I was saying. I would say, you should look in the mirror. Or do you go to bed at night and think about the day and what you've done and what you've said? So innately, I knew that there was something like off. Like, he's not like you and I, that we think, that you do something wrong and you think about it and maybe you apologize or you figure things out. He doesn't have that personality. He's narcissistic. Do you know anyone narcissistic?
Sorry?
Do you know anyone that's narcissistic?
Yeah, I know a few. I know a few narcissistic people.
Yep.
Very.
So
It's all about me, myself, and I. That mentality. What I say goes. Nobody else opinion matters. I know everything. You knows nothing. I will tell you what to do. You cannot tell me what to do. You know that personality type.
exactly, and it's even more than that too. And someone with narcissistic, they're pretty manipulative and they're pretty smart, and they don't mind if they hurt other people. Yep, that's so. Now that I know that too, it does make me feel better that I could never really have fought that anyways. There's no reason to fight with him because I'll never change his mind, and so that makes me feel better. So I think I learned who he was by really researching it, and so I'm like the least narcissistic person that I'm just not that way. So dealing with that is interesting.
I believe in life. This situation comes, and it comes in the most untimely situation in terms of your family. You wouldn't want to be at war with your family. You actually want to be at war with your enemies, and you don't want to think that your family is your enemy. But I believe after this experience, you will be better off for it. You will grow from it. It will come against you definitely to try to bring. it won't bring you down because your spirit is stronger than that. I could see that your spirit is stronger than that. And you don't hold on to grudges. And the best thing and the safest thing to do is to just release it, just let it go. And forgiveness is the number one thing. And you had this thing in you all the time, you had to let it out, you wrote a book, you spoke about it, and right now it's fresh. You're still going through this thing. So it's impossible for you to not think about it. But the more you hold on to it, that's the more it will affect you moving. What you're doing, you're expressing what you're doing. But that's one word of advice. Don't stay there. Move on. Because you're a lovely person. You're a loving person. And you are a very helpful person. And somebody like you would have normally been probably, you might have been narcissistic yourself. You might have been self-opinionated. You might have been keeping things to yourself and not sharing, but you're doing the complete opposite. You are helping people. You are mentoring people. You are trying to be a community leader. And that's very impressive because you could have said, I've been done wrong. I've been spoken against. This is not fair that's happening to me, so I'm keeping to myself. But you're not doing that.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's beautiful. You're not doing that. You are definitely not trying to hold a grudge. You are definitely not trying to get payback. You are helping others. And that's commendable. I must commend you for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I needed to hear that. Thank you. Thank you. And I will. You know what's funny? I could be in the room with them and I'm going to be nice. Of course I would. I mean, I don't know how to be nasty. So for me, when I write to them, all my emails are nice. I don't, I could tell you how I feel, but if they were right here next to me, people probably wouldn't even know. And I've had to spend time with my brother, and he had a problem. I remember he came to my dad. He said, "I can't be with Adrienne in my dad's condo." And I was like, "What are you, 5? Like, just ignore me if you can't." Like, I don't even bother him. I smile and I say hello, and I'm kind and nice. And I was like, "What is this problem?" But I literally, and I wouldn't even be fake. I just am a genuinely nice person, so I really don't think like they don't have to worry that I'm going to smash them every time I see them and carry the anger because I don't. I really feel like I don't. But I need to hear those words. I'm ready to move on. But still, as an author, you got to tell your story too. So it's kind of like, does an author just say, "Well, I'm not going to share my story anymore"? So it is my story, but the outcome is the best part that I can speak up. And I got on the stage this summer in August. It was like a TED talk, but it was a TED talk with like 20 slides every 15 seconds. You know what? I actually stood on the stage during rehearsal and nothing came out of my mouth. I had to get off the stage because it's so difficult to talk about the things like this on a stage where you're talking to however many people will be watching the video. And it took me a while. So during rehearsal, I had a total like flop. Like I stood on the stage, could not say a word. They kept trying to help me, and I just said I can't do it tonight, and I walked off. I couldn't do it. But it's so I had to. That was tough, but I ended up doing it. I did. It was called Stand Up and Speak Out, and I told my story, but I stood up and shared it. Like I was proud that I got through it. And you're right. What I've learned from it, and then you have to know yourself. I'm very positive. I do see the sky is sunny on even the cloudiest days. Like that is what I see. And I'm a forward thinker. That drove my brother crazy. Forward thinkers, we always say what if, and we're always like trying to figure out like the next step. And my brother would say to me, so if we had a conversation, I would be forward thinking, saying, well, what if this and what if that? And he would say, you're so negative. You're always negative. But I wasn't negative. It's just my mind and how I'm thinking that made it sound negative. But And then I realized I'm also like the 10th man. If you put 10 people around a table, I'm going to be the one that's going to want everyone to think a different way, or at least challenge themselves and make sure. So everyone's going to say yes, yes, yes to the person in charge. And I'm going to say, but what if? And maybe good, because you have to do that. You need one person to get everyone to try to look at something a little differently.
Powerful. Powerful. I would like to see that video. Okay, where you have a very lovely website, by the way. I'm gonna look to your website. It's very lovely, very professional. I love it.
I do it myself.
Where what? You did that for yourself?
Yeah. I've learned how to do websites. I think I have like 7 of them now. And I'm learning how to do my YouTube channel. So I'm waiting for the chamber who did this Elevate. I'm waiting for them to give us the individual videos, because otherwise it's like a long 6-hour video you got to wait on. So anyways, I hope that I get it soon, because I can't wait to share it.
So, I mean, you have a lot of places, that you are here online, you are all over the website, but if somebody wants to get in contact with you, how can we get in contact with you?
Call me on my phone. Can I take a picture of us right now, too, by the way? I want to, so I can promote this. Smile. Give me that handsome smile. Come on, smile. Wait, I love when you show your teeth. You have such a beautiful smile. Show your teeth. Oh, yeah, there you go. Gosh. You're good looking. All right, so 386-631-4577. And you know what? I answer the phone, too. So I have no problem giving my phone. That's the only number I have. The only phone I have.
Okay.
iPhone 11 Pro. I'm cool.
Can you repeat the number again one time for us?
386-631-4577. Or you can reach me by Messenger, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat. I am not on TikTok. Well, there are some videos of me on TikTok with my daughter, but we won't talk about those.
I want to give you the last words. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate this again. You're a wonderful person. I'm happy that, we had this interview. I hope this is not the last time we get to speak together, but I want you to share the last word with us. What would you like to say to our audience?
It really is important to understand and learn and be a servant leader. It's so important to me to make sure that we uplift people, and we make sure that we take our friends and our family and our employees and help them to be the best that they can be, and work with people. And I do love coaching and mentoring and helping anyone. And if you need any help, you just let me know. I think that it's so important. I'm happy to wear the same clothes every single day. I wash them, but anyways, like, I don't need, I have one pearl necklace. I think it's fake, but I have one necklace that I wear that I like, but I don't need a lot in life. And I don't think any of us really need more than what we have. And if I had more, I would just give away more. So I think all of us, I just want to remind people, love everyone, no matter what color of the skin they are, no matter what. Just love people for who they are. I'm not talking about people that are mean and do rotten things, by the way, obviously. But, there's so much good in the world. So see the good in the world. And that's the most important thing. So if I go tomorrow, I want people to know that all I ask is just be kind to each other. And it's easy and it's free. Smiling at someone is free.
Yes, it is. Smile. And you have a beautiful smile. And you're going to leave us here with that beautiful smile. Thank you again. Have a blessed evening. Okay?
Thank you, my new friend. And I can't wait to interview you. Thank you.
As soon as you're ready. As soon as you're ready.
Thank you.
God bless you. Have a blessed night.
You too. You're lovely. Thank you. This was fun.
It was.
You made my night too. Thank you.